Welcome back to American Textbook Reading. I'm Brian Stewart. Today we're going to learn about jobs. These are jobs. What are jobs? Jobs are things that people do when they grow up. So people do jobs when they grow up. You can be a nurse. Let me write it down. Nurse. Oopsie. There. Nurse. My writing's not very beautiful with a pen, but don't worry. You can also be a vet. A vet. You can be a bank worker. Bank worker. Or you can be a postal worker. Postal worker. Okay, it's a postal worker. Or you can be an Indian soldier, a policeman, marine soldier, or inventor. You can make every name you want when you love a person. Then, so now let me take my super fast eraser and then erase the blackboard. Bye bye. Let's see. I'll erase the name of the lesson also. Now I'll throw it aside. Now, the first word that we're going to talk about is job. So, I've told you that a job is something that a person does to earn money. So the word earn is the next word we're going to talk about. Earn. What is the word earn? The word earn means that you take or you have money when you work. Like I'm working in a store, for example. Then the boss said, you're working very hard. And then he gives me money. And I earn that money. I can earn that money from the bank because my work is far away. Or I can even earn the money at my working place or working building. Now, the fourth word that we're going to talk about is outdoor. So, the fourth word that we're going to talk about is outdoor. What does outdoor mean? It means that you are working outside. You're working outside. The outdoor also means you are working inside, but not at your home. For example, when you work but you're not working at home, that means you're working in an office building. There. So you have, it can be working outside or it can be you are working inside, but you are not at home, but you are at the office building, at the school, at the fire station, at the police station, at the hospital, or any other place that you want to work, even at your home. Some people work inside. Like, I have a computer and then I type something, so I am typing on my computer. I'm also at home to teach you. So I open my computer and then I type something for you. I type something for you on my computer. Just like I send an email, I send a message, or any other thing. Now we're going to talk about the jobs that are indoor and the jobs that are outdoor. They're indoor and outdoor. The first job that we're going to talk about in indoor is a nurse. A nurse is a person who works in a hospital. She helps the doctor. She helps the doctor with patients, people that are sick. So she helps the doctor with patients and people that are sick. So that's what a nurse is. Now I'm going to talk about what is a vet. A vet is a person who takes care of animals. The vet is a person who takes care of animals. The vet takes care of cats, takes care of parrots, and many others. She'll take care of parrots and take care of parrots. Oopsie! Just like when a cat gets sick and then it has a toothache, maybe the vet will get some medicine and spray the medicine into the cat's mouth, or get a magnetic hammer and punch it in so the teeth will fall out and the ambulance will arrive. And now we're going to talk about a cook. A cook is a person who cooks food. He cooks food. That's why he's called a cook. He cooks food. A cook cooks food. He cooks food like bread, pasta, tomato sauce, pizza, spaghetti, or any other thing that you want. Soda cans, orange juice cans, orangeade, lemonade, or any other kind of drink. Now I'm going to talk about a bank worker. A bank worker is a person who works in a bank. He keeps the money safe. Like, as you know, I'm going to the bank. I'm marching toward the bank. Then I march inside the glass case. I rip inside my pocket and I found some change. Then I put it in the bank for the bank worker to keep me. As for the bank worker, he will keep the money for me and I will just march home. Oopsie. So now we're going to talk about a barber, or as for a female, it is called a hairdresser. It can be a hair salon or it can be a barber shop. So the barber is a person who cuts your hair. He cuts your hair so it is It is short, so you can be not very hot and not very cold. You just be cool on your head. Now we're gonna talk about a postal worker. A postal worker, excuse me, a postal worker is a person who, just like a postal worker is a person who, just like a postal worker is a person who delivers letters. Like these are a whole roll of letters, and then the postal worker starting going around, collect one letter, collect another 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 letter, another. So, maybe my finger's dirty. Let me raise it. There, and raise it too. So, the postal worker is the person who just like delivers mail. Let me erase this. There. Now we're gonna talk about an Indian soldier. An Indian soldier is a person who works outside. He serves in the military. So if there's a war, the soldiers will march out. If there is no war, the soldiers will march in. So that's how it begins. This is a policeman. A policeman is a person who protects us, not like a soldier, but he is different from a soldier. He uses a different kind of car of a soldier. He uses a police car. But the soldiers can use tanks, trucks, or trucks with tanks on top, or even military vans. Some of them are small, some of them are big. So, but they do have something important. The soldiers still have something important and different from the policeman. That thing is because the soldiers sometimes have bombs. Sometimes they just throw out the bombs to the tanks, and then that's an easy way to defeat the tanks. But it takes about 2 or 3 ones, not just one. It will destroy the gun, but it will only have mini guns. But you just fire into the hatch, and then all the people there will die. Now, we're gonna talk about just like the Marine soldier. A Marine soldier is a person who just likes who serves in the military but is a woman. So the Marine soldier joins the Indian soldier. The descendants of the Civil War sprang Clara Barton into action because she wanted to save the men who had died, like George Washington. He wanted to save his men that had died. And George Washington, Thomas. There were lots of people who leaded it. It's like the first person to lead it is Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson. He is an American president. The next leader is Thomas Jefferson. He is another president. Franklin Roosevelt was also in the war. He was also another president. George Washington and Abraham Lincoln are also in there. They're both American presidents. George Washington is the first American president. Thomas Jefferson is the 43rd American president. Franklin Roosevelt was the 30th President of the United States, and Abraham Lincoln is the 40th President of the United States. So those are the people who led the Indian War, and the Marine soldier called Clara Barton went with them. So that's how it all started with the Civil War. In the Civil War, they also used rifles, snipers, or even knives at the back of the rifles called bayonets. They rip out the knife and then frighten someone with it. Just like they clang it on their head. Then they gasped, they ran away. And the soldiers chased them with some titans. Do you know what is a titan? I'll tell you in just a minute. And the last person there is called inventor. Inventor is the person who invents something. So this man is carrying a light bulb, and his name is Thomas Edison. This is a Marine soldier. Her name is Clara Better. This is Clara Barton, and this is a member of the Indian War called Davy Crockett. This barber has no name, but this is a bank worker. Abraham Lincoln worked as a bank worker when he was young. So now, are you ready for some questions? Let's begin with some questions. The first question we need to answer is, a nurse is a person who takes care of people. True or false? It is true. A cook is a person who sells services and goods, and he also works in the hospital. True or false? As you know, it is false. He doesn't sell services or goods. A businessman will sell services and goods, not a cook. Same thing for the other fact. I just told you that the cook served in the military. It is false. The military is a place where people fight. So the cook doesn't fight. If he fights, he'll have to bring out his pan and also he can bring out his pan and bring out his bayonet and fight. Dun, 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 dun. But the pan is useless when it's fighting in the military. So he fights like this. Ding, ding, ding. He just makes some loud music. Doom, doom, doom. And he will wear the drum on his head. And then he says, so when he went there, he served in the military. But no way. That's a stupid idea. So now we finished with some questions. Now let's take a short break and come back and we'll do the speaking section. So don't go away. Oopsie. So now let's start with the reading section. Are you ready for the speaking section? Let's begin. People go to work to earn money. So they go to work to earn money. They are all called workers. The people who are called workers can be a farmer, a businessman, or a teacher, or a doctor. Those are all workers. There are many other workers like businessmen, bank workers, barbers, hairdressers, cooks, vets, nurses, postal workers, policemen, Indian soldiers, marine soldiers, inventors, or mayors, or governors, or governments, and many other people are called workers. So now we're going to talk about some facts about the workers. Some people run for their own business. They run for their own business. They do not have a boss, but they are their boss. They work for things, they teach people what to do, but we cannot trust them. We can only trust the government because sometimes they also tell lies. Like, I'm gonna give you this phone in just a minute, but they kept working with the phone on the evening, in the afternoon, night to tomorrow, feeling on another day. So we cannot trust them. We can only trust the government. But I'm telling you that because some people also run for their own business. A farmer grows various crops in his garden. The farmer will grow plants in his field, and a construction worker will work in as you know, he will work in the construction site. The people who work for free are called volunteers. Volunteers work, but they do not care if those people gave him money. He says, no, I don't want to get it. I am just a volunteer. I just want to help you. You don't need to pay me. Just like that. So, now we're going to talk about the questions of the reading passage. Let's do the reading comprehension questions. In the book, we call it as the reading section or the reading comprehension, but when I close the book and I read blah blah blah, then it is called the speaking section. Like, I'm looking at it, then I remember it, I close my eyes and I tell it. Just like a person who works for free is a volunteer. A volunteer is a person who works for free. He doesn't get paid for his work. He just says, So that's why I remember and I tell you it is the speaking section. Do not call it the reading section, but call it the speaking section. Because we are speaking, we are not reading, but we are speaking. So now, let's do the speaking comprehension questions. The first speaking comprehension question is a person who works as a volunteer will be paid for money. So, does that make sense? Of course not. It doesn't make sense. It only makes sense when you say that a volunteer is a person who works for free, not a person who works for pay. It's a person who works for free. Now that's only one question you need to answer to understand this whole lesson about all these social studies about jobs. Or you can also tell me as master teacher. There I have my shirts upon here, there, but you can see my arms, can't you? So now, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe me more at American Textbook Reading. Science and social studies from 1 to 4. I put 4 up there, so it's just 1 to 4. And you also need to write my name, Brian Stuart, B-R-I-A-N and S-T-U-A-R-T, Stuart, and write your favorite lesson. And you can see all of my amazing videos with me and the real Brian Stories videos. So now, goodbye, take care, and see you in the next lesson. Take care.